What puts a man in friend zone? First of all, what puts a man in friend zone? Do I need to define friend zone?
No,
really?
I think that
I like a good definition.
That corny dude that you don't like, but he has good conversation, so you put him in the friend zone.
No, seriously, what's the definition?
The definition is very important for the show.
You for the people who know a friend zone, go ahead and I'm gonna pull up a definition for friend zone.
You're a designated definition person tonight, please.
Child, that's supposed to be a situation which a friendship exists between two people, one of whom has an unreciprocated romantic or sexual interest in the other. You have been friend zoned.
Thank you for that definition.
Wait, say it one more time.
One is sexually attracted to the other is not. He's not reciprocating or she's not reciprocating that attraction.
Yeah, I was
going to say that once.
So the definition was very important to answer how they got there. So that's why you needed to know sexual attraction.
You're right, because I was thinking, yeah, okay, good. So you're right. So he's interested in you or she's interested in you, but you're not interested in her or him.
Correct. And then you get, well, what they should do is say, I'm not sexually interested in you and I'm not at all interested in you at all, and cut them free. But that's not what people do. They kind of like to keep people around because people make them feel good. It's wrong, personally. I don't think you should have people in the friend zone. You should just, if you meet somebody, you guys don't mesh, they're not it, let them go. Feel like you're just not it for me.
I think all relationships kind of start out in the friend zone, or at least like, that whole vetting process should go through like the friend zone, because at the end of the day, like if I don't want to be friends with you, if I wouldn't be friends with you, I certainly wouldn't consider you intimately. So it's like, we need to go through that process. And I do think that sometimes you end up getting friend zoned because one person is just like, okay, yeah, I don't want to take it to that next level, but the other person does. And so they end up getting friend zoned. But, when we talk about like the vetting process and the dating process, I do think that that person that ends up getting to the next phase is someone where you're like, you could consider being friends with that person. Like you enjoy their company. Like this is your
talking foundationally. Foundation versus friend zone, I think, is two different things.
What do you mean?
I feel like you should have a friendship with your spouse or who you're moving towards, and I get that. But I feel like people who are friend zoned, you're not looking at them like that. Like I feel like that's a person who you see them, there's no sexual attraction, there's no chemistry. You're not even trying to vet them in that way if they're going to be in the friend zone. I don't see it going, oh, I met this person, I'm trying to figure out my interest there, and then I put them in the friend zone. I don't see it happening that way.
That happens.
Yeah, I don't really see how else it would happen. I mean, you would have to consider interest for them for you to be like, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah, it's probably
there are people that you meet that are interested in you that you're not interested in off the bat. I would say.
I think that maybe if you're in a relationship with somebody and then a nice guy comes along, you're like, oh, I'm in this relationship, so I'm gonna friend zone him. He's the man in waiting.
That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're talking about. You putting one in the back pocket.
That is cheating.
That is definitely put one in the back pocket.
Put one in the back pocket.
Say that happened.
That is
you keeping a spade up the sleeve.
That is inappropriate when you are in a relationship.
Inappropriate, Shantae.
Listen, the whole conversation, everything is inappropriate.
It's not.
We get down. Listen, we're talking about everything tonight, and let's not act like there aren't women who do that.
I'm not saying it is, but
there are men that do it too. I'm sure.
Should not be friendly.
Absolutely, but we don't have men
when you are in a relationship. My man not finna meet no new female friends. We in a relationship. No, that's what we're not doing.
She's keeping a spade in the pocket just in case.
That's not what I said. I said, listen, my job is to bring out. I do not do that. I'm a loyal individual. My job is to bring out every situation for this conversation, to have an honest conversation.
There's only 14 shades in the deck, Shantae. We're not.
Let's be real. There's somebody out there who is dating somebody else, who is sitting here talking about him to another person, and he just lying on in there. You can't have an attractive friend in the friend zone. Would y'all agree?
I mean, if the chemistry isn't there, the chemistry isn't there. The chemistry is not
there. There are people who are very attractive, and you're like, oh no, I could never. Yeah. And there are plenty of women I know that got that friend that you're like, oh, he's fine, girl. Like, why? No, wait till you get to know him. Wait till you get to know him, you'll see why.
And sometimes you know too much about them. They're more like a brother. You can talk to them about any and everything. You can hang out. You can, get good advice. But you know too much. You know too much about their history, and they're friend zoned.
Exactly. Because if I know too much about how you normally treat women, I'm not going to be first in line to sign up to take that on.
I want to know how you treat women, honey, because if it's not how I want to be treated, I don't want you in my space. So I want to know the T. What's the T on the D? Please.